what he's talking about. This is like the details, his breakdown. So the neck has a weird bulge. All right, interesting. Now, to me, we'll look at more photos. You only see it here. You don't see it in other photos. So this might just be the angle of his neck, the way he's moving his neck, but it does seem very strange. Like that looks a little suspect to me. But could just be how his body is, you know? Then we have the shoulder has a weird shape. And if you look at this, I think it's talking about here. It does seem like there's something there. It's not normal. Like if you look at my shirt, like you're not seeing what looks like a cable or something there, maybe, right? Now, again, you know, theory. So this could be a cable or something going to a squib. I don't know. He might be wired up in some other way, but his chain is clearly over here, right? And I would think if they were doing this for real, why would they have him wear a white shirt? Like a white shirt while trying to hide all this squib stuff and his chain. I mean, like you can see his chain clear as day through the white shirt. So if he had anything else, like if this is a cable or something, which it does look kind of strange, it looks like he has like a wire or bump or something on his shoulder, at least right here. So this person's saying the camera is clear, looks normal. So, I mean, based on my videography background, yeah, it looks pretty normal. You have a battery here. It's on a V-mount, clipped on. You have another clip with a bracket. It's going to the camera. And then this is just feeding the camera battery power. So it seems like this is pretty normal, but it looks like something's missing here that you see in other photos, like, because people were talking about line of sight from that, but there's actually something above it that was in line of sight at the proper angle based on Jason Goodman's theory. So it looks like there's something missing. Maybe it's higher up here or he hasn't added it yet, but this looks, you know, pretty normal. So if you were some kind of spy or something and you rigged this, most likely you'd have it go through the lens. So everything else would kind of look normal. So in this case, it looks like the camera passes. Then this person goes on to say, shirt from the back, what are these? They look like a squib kit. Now, I don't know what defines something as a squib kit. We looked at some of the images before, but basically it looks like a little charge that would be under the shirt. So you see these little strange angled markings here. So typically, like this looks like packs on his back, right? Like those aren't normal things you would see in someone's shirt. Like see these natural wrinkles and lines that are in here? And you see like the natural creases and stuff that it makes. These don't look natural at all. Neither does that one, right? There wouldn't be a random bump there. Look at that. So yeah, it's a little suspect, a little strange. Okay, let's keep going. Shirt from the front looks like a bag of some sort of object. Is he talking about this? Could be some air under there. You know, Charlie Kirk's a pretty slender person, so I don't think it's a gut, right? So there could be something there, but it could also just be his shirt pushing out and from him walking. I don't know. It's hard to tell from this angle. What do you think? All right, and then this is where it gets really interesting. This person's saying that now this has been covered, right? This is just a black circle, but this, right? And then this is where it gets really interesting. This person's saying that now this has been covered, right? This is just a black circle, but this exactly covers the spot where he was shot. So this is saying in this theory that if you watch it, it looks like, you know, CGI. It's not moving with his body, right? So in other words, he's reacting to the shot, but this wound, this neck wound that everyone's seeing, which if that's an entry wound, that's the biggest entry wound I've ever seen. But anyway, it looks like that is not moving with his flesh. And what they did is they have two different frames that they pulled from a video, and this is what it looks like. So it almost looks like a frame was pulled out from between those if something actually, like a squib or something went off, right? Kind of strange, kind of interesting. Now, whenever you get stuff like this that's manipulated, you know, you have to take it with a grain of salt. But if this is real, then that would be very strange that wound is not lining up with his body movement at all. And remember,